Always happy to help. What do you need? Dawnstar has been telling me about Two Rivers, the Swamp, and Gal the Lesser. I was sorry to hear about your town and your friends. It brought a question to mind. There's something I've been meaning to ask you. Why? Seriously, why are you doing this? Details aside, you're fighting the Empire as a whole when you oppose the Lotus Assassins, Death's Hand, or the Emperor's will. I know all about your village and your master, and that explains some of it. What it doesn't explain is your drive, your strength. What gives you that? I wonder if fate cast this burden upon you, or if you rose up on your own to shoulder it. History will probably decide. I know you're going to follow Silk Fox's plans to find a way into the Assassin's Den. It won't be easy, but I'm confident we'll succeed. It's what happens after you find a way in that has me worried. I knew men and women who were drawn to the Lotus Assassins. They went into that place to prove themselves, as you intend to. And the few who made it back out were different. They acted like they didn't know us, or just didn't care if we lived or died. It's hard to say if there's even a difference to the Lotus Assassins. I know you'll be fine. The Assassins will be lucky if you don't bring the place down around their ears. Just be sure not to tip your hand before you're ready. That's all in the future, though. We should keep at what we're doing. There's a lot left to tackle before we're done. I'll be honest, I can't think of anything I haven't said already. Of course. I'll be here if you need anything.
Well, it looks like your contact with the Lotus Assassins will be bad for your reputation, but good for our goal. The Inquisitor has a task for you to prove your worth. Get to it and show him why you should be recruited. You could also seek out the Executioner in the arena. He would be interested in your skill as a combatant. We've gone over this. Death's Hand is using the prisoners who should be working on the wall to construct some sort of personal army of golems. My father probably knows something, but not the true danger of it. I need to show that Death's Hand intends to seize control. The Lotus Assassins act for Death's Hand. There has to be proof of his evil intent in the Lotus Assassin Fortress. That is where you need to go. I wish you luck. Once you have gained the trust of the Lotus Assassins, we will plan how to proceed.
I trust your plans go well, despite the dangers you face and inflict. Is there something I can do for you? Your dalliance with the Lotus Assassins could be disastrous. I cannot force you to do otherwise, but you may eventually force my hand. Goodbye.
There are rumors flitting about the city that you seek the attentions of the Executioners. These rumors come from the palace itself, leaving me intrigued. You are a novice with no standing in the arena. What makes you think you are of any interest to me? I have no instruction to give. If you want to catch my eye, you need to show me that your skills are far beyond the norm. If you were to knock Iron Soldier from his perch as Silver Division champion, I would be impressed. I will be here if you wish to petition me further, but I don't acknowledge anything less than the best. Return when you are worthy, and no sooner.
Many people try to break into the Bronze Division and fail miserably. You should be proud of yourself.
You deserve it. It was an honor to face you.
Crimson Kana is the champion of this round. You'll have to face her eventually. Be ready when you do. Now that you have qualified for the Bronze Division, your challenges will be more difficult, but you'll earn greater rewards. The stars themselves need to hear of Silver Phoenix if you're to make it in this division, so I've prepared a match to remember. The guards rounded up a group of subhuman things around the great southern forest. We're going to release them into the ring in groups for you. Are you ready to get Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
These monsters crave the flesh of man.
That was a good start to the Bronze Division. Those beasts are far stronger than they look. Next, you're going to step into what we call the Pit of Pain. It's not the most original name, I'll admit, but that's 500 years of tradition for you. The arena floor will be set up with ancient magical devices. They will attempt to fry you to a crisp, much to the crowd's delight. Your job is to stay on your feet for the course of the match while they fling deadly projectiles your way. I'd suggest dodging, but that's just me. Are you ready to get started? Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
The Pit of Pain. Only the quick survive its fiery embrace.
Fantastic! A test of speed passed with exceptional celery. Now
Your sudden and polite silences are always appreciated, Qui. I'm sure you won't mind if I take a moment to pass a message to Silver Phoenix. Kylon the Serpent has, as promised, been watching you intently. You have impressed him so far, and he is interested to see how you fare in your next match. The Serpent foresees your victory in the next match, and he has backed his prediction with Silver. He sincerely hopes that his faith in your skills was not misplaced. That is all. If you will excuse me, I have some people who need to be spoken to.
Ah, well, I'm certain that won't be a problem for you. Did you have a question for me? Yes, your next fight. There's been a bit of a change in plans. Not that it will affect you too much, of course. It's all part of the traditions of the arena, you see. I have word that you're going to be facing a fighter specially chosen from the guild, you see. As soon as you're ready, you'll be facing him instead of a normal match. I was originally thinking that you'd done well enough to face Crimson Kana for the Bronze Division Championship. Things change when the guild is involved, though. The guild's the organization that controls the betting here. That's not all, though. Kylon the Serpent has a lot of influence here as well. I have to bow to certain pressures. I don't like it that much, but smart men don't voice that opinion too loudly. Not around here. No, I can't, actually. The Serpent, who's the guild's chief agent in this place, has specifically requested you. Are you ready to get started? Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Many of you are asking yourselves why the serpent would return to the ring. Am I not retired? Yes. But does that mean I do not care about your entertainment? No! We've all seen the flawless technique of the soaring star that is Silver Phoenix. Now, it is time to put these aptly demonstrated skills to the test. And so, the serpent gives you a real spectacle. Have your silver handy to place your wagers. I give you evil and terror incarnate.
That was an exceptional fight. I haven't seen demons in the ring before. No one questions your skills. That is why you were allowed to fight that beast. I'm convinced that you deserve a shot at Crimson Kana. Your victory has sealed the deal. That reminds me, I was asked to instruct you to talk with Lucky Cho before your next match. He didn't say, and when I asked, he gave me that glare of his. Go, speak with him now. The sooner you do, the sooner I can return you to the ring.
You are not yet worthy of my note.
Move along.
Now is not a good time to speak with me. You may try my brother, Bo.
The brothers Sung greet our fellow combatant warmly. I am Sung Bo, this is my little brother Boo, and my older brother Sui.
Do not bother me. Introductions merely clutter the mind.
I don't think they was bothering you, Sui. It's Bo being talked to.
Han falls to your strikes, as have so many before. Now that you have entered the Bronze Division, we shall see how you truly fare. Now, what did you need? We can tell you to be careful whom you ask about such things. Secrets kept in the open are the most sensitive.
The serpent who dwells in the shadows of this place. Like an air spirit, he is everywhere and yet invisible to the eye.
Brother Sui puts it well. Kailan the Serpent is the guild's will in this place, powerful enough that only the brave or foolish discuss him at any length. Besides running the most expansive betting operation in the Empire, I speculate that they do much more than that, but we have been smart enough not to find out. We question things in the arena, though. For example, why are we allowed to fight as one body when the rules suggest such a thing should be illegal? The guild cares more for a good show than fair play. Good shows keep the bet money flowing, especially if a favored fighter were to suddenly and surprisingly lose.
I agree. I don't want them around anymore. They scare me.
If you let fear guide your decisions, Brother Boo, you will find that you have walked the coward's path.
Philosophy aside, the Empire certainly could wipe them out. But wouldn't another similar organization appear? Regardless, if something could be done, the Empire would have done it already. Oh yes, we shall see you around. Of that you can be sure.
I want to hear that you're ready for your next fight. What do you need? I'm sorry, until you speak with Lucky Cho as he requested, I'm permanently reluctant to send you into the ring. Kana's a bit of a mystery to me. Keeps not a coin of her winnings, but is unbeaten. She's in this purely for the challenge, I think. If you face her, you'll find that her swordsmanship is deadly. Kana's studied techniques only found in the prosperous East, the provinces she calls home. She's even got a standing offer to pass the secrets of her blade mastery onto the first fighter to defeat her. So far, no one has managed that feat. Do not be gone too long.
Welcome! It's always good to see a new face at the counter. If you've got silver to spend, I'll be happy to help you out. I'm known as Thunderous Tauren, and you are my most honored customer right now, so you have all of my attention. look like a warrior to my eye, probably not fit for the odds and sods the usual patrons might pick up. Stop by again.
This is some of the lightest duty in the Empire.
From what I know of them, the Guild doesn't usually conduct business this openly, or in such elegance.
Before you face Kana, I'd like to present you with a mutually beneficial arrangement. Fortunately for you, my employer, Kailan the Serpent, has a vested interest in your success against Kana. This is Sweet Poison Lin, a master of the Toxicant arts. Sweet Poison, standing before you is Silver Phoenix, the one we discussed.
I know this one by reputation, and that's enough. I trust you'll consider this discussion private and potentially very beneficial. I will not tolerate mindless insults. My services are in high demand for tasks more important than this.
Crimson Kana's rise to Brown's division champion has been good for business, but she has become troublesome of late. She believes that the Serpent runs the arena with little concern for honor, and she's right. The problem is that she cares. The Serpent and I believe that Kana needs to be stopped. We want you to replace her as the Bronze Champion.
It should be a simple matter to slip a slow-acting but extremely deadly poison into Kana's drink before the match.
She will be dealt with regardless. Why not benefit from our actions and ensure that her removal is clean?
When Cho approached me regarding this matter, I felt that it might be in the best interests of the Greater Guild if I were involved.
If you accept, the Guild will cover half of Lin's usual fee. The remaining cost would be roughly half of your winnings from defeating Kana. If that is your choice, then so be it. You may deal with Kana on your own. I strongly advise you not to bring this up to anyone. I hope my point speaks for itself.
This kind of woman would appreciate knowing what you have learned.
Our business is concluded. It is time for you to leave.
Tha'awir nis tu kuiruk. Ayer fun. Soir wu nisir tintina yewir. Wafun. Wo nisir wir uk nokuna fifir. Patier. Soyer uyufuis patuye? Uksayer kun ni kakno aku kwawir fuisir aku fagita. Uksayer caritas funir sisayer ir furk tatasier, ir karanos sakupono. Uksier watuafu ni froto usosawir, uktatasir ni ryoki. Monowiri fuiro tarir, noka sisayir na wurkut tantir. Aka wo nawir sawir sansinoka uk napir. Narawir woifuir uk sunurk. Wo sajer pinir so kart ayawie. Uksier wa toafu ni froto usosawir, uktatasir ni ryoki. Wosayer pinir sokart ayawir.
I want to hear that you're ready for your next fight. What do you need? Until the guild stepped in, I was ready to give you an attempt at the bronze division for your last match. Now it's time. Are you ready to face Crimson Kana, the finest sword this august arena has seen in 5 generations? Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Silver Phoenix stands to take control of the Bronze Division from Crimson Kana.
Focus.
Kana's winning streak has been broken at last. I don't know if you've heard, but Kana has proclaimed that the first fighter who extriciates her from her championship will learn the secrets of her technique.
Wosayer pinir sokart ayawir.
Come now. The arena works on a strictly regenicated payment system for the fights. There's no way I can give you extra. I'm sorry, but there's no room for bonuses, extra payments, or gratitudes of any kind. You'll be fine with the usual winnings. Now that that's set... When you walk the streets and hear your name among the crowds, be sure that your ego does not swell like the body of 11 gaping maw, god of inopportune...
Wosawayer noka ukraproni apawafa sonsiyer tuwirwo. Wowo nikfra for wowo sawir kwanpa. Ukwiro ni sayer tatasiyeru yu, wo nawir siyer fu ni winyanakan. Sata kwa wir ni wosa wir sawawira suir cook. Wosa warrior noka ukrapro ni apawafa sonsiyer tuwirwo. Sayer uyufwis patuye? Wono wiri fuiro tarir noka sisayir na work tanti. Wo sayer pinir so kart a yawie. Tir nik puntuye, poir nokauk, sayer takitir noni.
The Bronze Division champion approaches. I hope you're ready for the challenge awaiting you in the Silver Division. Remember, Soldier's the champion at this level. He'll be watching you.
Dogs nipping at my heels aren't worthy of watching.
What do you need? Now that you are champion of the Bronze Division, the Silver Division awaits. It seems that, indirectly, this serpent has decided to keep your career interesting. A demon has been added to the regular roster since your earlier victory, and since you've shown aptitude, I'm letting you face him first. This is indeed an honor, though it will not be easy. Are you ready to defeat this horror? Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Will the demon rend flesh from bone, or will a lone warrior prove stronger?
Focus.
Another demon falls. We shall have to add a new division for you alone if this keeps up. Kylon the Serpent wishes to speak with you personally. This is a rare honor. Do try to be polite. You have already been granted access to the back room of the arena, and the Serpent's private chamber is just off of it. You may as well go now and see what he wants. Oh, and one other thing. The Serpent has requested that you visitate him alone. I know you usually have a friend with you, but they'll have to remain behind for this meeting.
We should have told you that Kylon will only see you alone. Are you ready to go in now?
This is almost sad. Am I truly so threatening to the mighty Kylon the Serpent? Regardless, I'll be waiting with the others if you need me.
It is vital that we talk a moment. You handled yourself well against the demonic servitor. It was a rewarding experience for us both, I'm sure. Take this as my thanks. You are a young man, but I know you have the wisdom to see that my friendship has advantages. You may find that certain opportunities, mutually rewarding arrangements between us, will come your way in the near future. Cheat is such a pedestrian term. I prefer to think of myself as a creative engineer. Like the fountains that channel water throughout the land, I spread entertainment to the people. Right now is an interesting time for an organization known as the Guild. I've no doubt that Qui has told you about us, if you didn't already know. Our organization is involved in many different activities, most of which operate below the view of the authorities of this great empire. Come now. We're above calling each other names, aren't we? The Guild, you see, has recently developed a vacancy in its upper echelons. A man by the name of Gao the Greater has been killed, and with his death, a new leader must be chosen. I intend to replace him in that role, and I need good people to back me. Did you? An interesting claim. And one I'm not sure I believe. You don't match the description we have of the killer, but then the descriptions are fairly tenuous. If you are the one who killed Gao, then I owe you a favor. Consider my reluctance to turn you into the Lotus Assassins a repayment for that debt in full. There is the matter, however, of your friend, Whirlwind. I'm sure you know that he was one of the fighters here and that he left the arena. But do you know why? He has good reason not to tell you about this part of his admittedly spotty past. Whirlwind's past is certainly a colorful one. Did he tell you that he was thrown out of the arena? Public displays of rage and drunkenness, uttered threats of murder, excessive violence, property damage, and I believe several charges of defecating in public. If you trust him, you are a fool. The Black Whirlwind is an impressive fighter, but he is better avoided than confronted. We couldn't let him fight as he was, so he left. His brother, Raging Ox, wisely stayed here and went on to become champion. You could reach that point yourself, you know. Indeed, that's a distinct possibility. To become champion yourself, you will need my support. That means you and I will work together closely. You place yourself in a precarious position, my young friend. I would hate to see your career stagnate. You see... What is that noise?
Hey, you can't...
Damn you, serpent! I'll kill you where you stand!
No, you won't, Whirlwind. Just like last time, you will leave. I can see that this polite discussion has concluded, as so many do, in your odorous presence. We may talk again. Perhaps.
We're leaving now. You and I have to talk. Alone. It's important. Look, you can't trust Kylo. I know he was probably offering you the world, or maybe all the wine in it if he were really crafty, but...
You didn't honestly think you were going to slip down here after that little display, did you, Whirlwind?
Step back, Cho. For once in my life, I've got something important to tell someone.
You have nothing important to say, you lummox. You've embarrassed Kylon the Serpent, and I'm going to make sure you never get a chance to repeat your performance.
I've been waiting for this. Time to cut off the Serpent's tail! He fought like a monster for a little guy. Better than I've been in a while. All this best behavior when you're in the city business was wearing on my nerves. Not the first time I've gone up against one of Kylon's thugs, you know. Not at all. Remember I told you I used to fight in the arena? Well, I was the best there was. Then my brother came to the city and decided he'd join the arena too. The arena was about the same as it is now. Kui and Kylon were there, and Lucky Cho too, but he was just a runt back then. My brother became the arena champion, the Raging Ox. They said he retired, but he didn't retire. He was killed. I should know. I'm the one who killed him. Raging Ox was one of Kylon's men. Well, he wasn't always. Kylon approached me first. When I turned him down, he went to my brother instead. When Ox joined up with Kylon, I stopped getting good matches. Ox was fighting his way to becoming champion, and doing a little work for the guild on the side. He was so cocksure and wouldn't listen to his older brother. Once he fell in with Kylon, he stopped talking to me. Soon Ox became Kylon's enforcer and carried out his bidding. He'd skulk around in robes so no one would know the arena champion was a common thug. One night I followed Ox back to Kylon's. I was drunk and I was mad. I just wanted to tell Ox how dangerous Kylon was, convince him to leave. But Kylon was there. He tried to interfere. I attacked him, and Ox tried to stop me. When it was over, Ox was dead, and my axe was covered in his blood. Kylon just stood there, smiling. I would have killed him if I wasn't so stunned. After that, I left. For the first time in my life, I ran. I ran, and then I drank myself into a stupor that lasted for half a year. You do what you have to in the arena. Just don't fool yourself about working with a serpent. Lucky Cho's death just put you on the Serpent's wanted list. I'd really like to see Kylon's face if you become arena champion. Of course, I'd rather just kill him. Come on, let's go.
I want to hear that you're ready for your next fight. What do you need? This next fight should be fairly simple for you. I once more want to send you up against 4 opponents. The crowd loves those fights. These are tougher than the students you faced before, but should pose no problem. Are you ready to get started? Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
We found him just like this.
You did?
3 Reach, the old stableman, found him. He kept everyone else out.
We can trust him. What about Cho? Do we know who's responsible?
Last I saw of him, he was following Silver Phoenix.
He fights next, doesn't he? Replace the men slated for that match with our own, and ensure that their blades are coated with extract from the ebon orchid. Even the ancient magic of this place could not neutralize that poison.
It will be done. What about Lucky Cho? There are hundreds of people here to see the new fighter. We can't carry the body out of here.
Then we don't. We must always use the resources available to you.
Flashing blades and deadly grace.
You cannot compare.
I do not know who those men were, The fighters I picked for you to face were not guildmen, and they certainly lack poison-coated blades. The wards are useless against poison. That's a danger we have never been able to solve. Those men were Kylon's, not mine. I keep myself as far away from that end of things as I can. You have to believe that I look out for my fighters. Just before you came up here, I received word from one of the guildmen from outside the arena. They send their apologies. I believe they feel Kylon's actions were not appropriated to the situation. You shouldn't have to fear assassins again, not after that message. You are not hearing this from me, but tensions have risen between the Serpent and the Guild itself. He's making a bid for control, and some factions are quite upset. You may feel caught in the middle, but the weather sages say the eye of the storm is the safest place. We've had a request from the Imperial Army. They want one of our best to help them test out a small group of war machines known as golems. I've decided to put you up against them. I want you to prove that our folks are superior to anything the Army could devise. Are you ready to show them what you've got? If that's the decision you want. When you walk the...